But we are live. We're back. One of our good friends, friend of the show. What is this? The 16th time he's been. I'm just kidding.
No, he's well.
Would this be three? Though?
I think this
Were
is
you
three.
ever on one that we did live like this?
Yeah, at APGA.
At APGA in Orlando. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
And then that led to a full episode.
I just wasn't sure if we did it at SGA. Yep. We were just saying we follow each other around this world. Mr. Terry McConnell with Evonik. How's it going, sir?
It's going good. It's going really good, guys.
You out here hawking anything? You hawking some PA12?
Well, I'm trying to hawk some PA12.
I love
that's
it.
for sure.
What is the PA12?
I haven't ever heard of that.
Does that exceed 99 PSI? What's the PSI on that?
It's up to 250, up to 6-inch, approved by PHMSA.
That's a huge thing.
That's
a wonderful thing.
It is. We're trying to target that low pressure steel. We're not trying to compete with PE, but that wherever they cut off that their highest pressure in PE, whether it be 65, 80, 100.
Yep.
We're trying to take it to 250, offer them a complete poly system, same equipment, same toolings,
same process, fusion,
same
the whole bit.
Process, absolutely. So no expensive retooling required. The same tool, the same stuff you use for PE, you can use for PA12.
So I don't know if you know it, Terry, but we just created our first PA12 training course within EWN.
Thank you for doing that.
With Grubner, right?
With Grubner, Ryan Ellis. Yeah, shout out to Ryan, Matt
was
DeVore,
a SME on that, and so we worked with them. And I know, in a way, by proxy, worked with y'all. Yeah. So we're excited to get that in the hands of some of our clients. So if you need training on PA12, we know a guy.
We know two guys.
We know
two and a half.
2.5, yes.
Absolutely.
But hey, shout out to Grubner because they've been doing a fantastic job for us.
We work close with Ryan.
Ryan Ellis.
Doing a great job, and thank you for doing that. I know we've got a project coming up in Texas that's going to utilize
I think that's what we're doing.
Training. Yeah. So
clients all around.
So thank you.
Clients all around.
You see how
that
what
works? We did there. Love it. Well, Terry, man,
hey, thank
let's
you
get to these awesome sessions.
Always good seeing you. Always good seeing you.
All right. Hey, we'll be back. We are back amongst friends, obviously. Here we are just laughing, catching up. Look, is this your conference?
It is.
You know why I do that? It's because it saves me time later. Because, again, I've been taking no notes of who came on. So our design team will look for these cues.
Pro tip, when you've been going to conferences as long as I have, you sans the lanyard. You just go with the clip. And therefore, it always is in the right place. Even at Walgreens yesterday, the lady called me by name, and I'm like, "How do you know my name?" She's like,
"Must be a boomer conversation." Stuart, look, our design team knows Stuart.
Stuart
probably typed his name in, probably misspelled it a few times. Stuart's been on the show, probably more than anyone.
Well, I'd like to think so.
Yeah.
I'd like to think I'm one of the return.
So we just had Kim Weaver on. She was talking about the PHMSA grant program, and I said, "Well, we got the scoop on that before it was the scoop."
That's right.
From Mr. Stewart. So
and the audience did.
Good. It was good to see that session on here, and there was. I mean, that's good info.
Well, I don't know what Kim shared, but I mean, you talk about a success. I mean, it's $1 billion grant program, but PHMSA, the grant administrator, got $1 billion application in the first year.
Right.
So they got a good problem, but they got to figure out how to whittle down all these applications to around 200 million.
Wow.
But it's good. I mean, I think
we just need a little bit more money.
Well,
I'm kidding. No, that's fantastic to hear that success, and we like to think we were a big part of that. And I'm just kidding. That one promo we did,
it was it. We had.
It was good. It was a good one.
What other highlights? It's been an awesome week.
Yeah, no,
beautiful city.
There was actually. I can't remember the guy's name. He talked about culture yesterday.
Oh, well, yeah, I wasn't setting you up. I really wasn't.
No, it was good. I think we had a really good. So, I mean, I guess I'm tooting my own horn here too, because we had the session right before y'all. We talked about kind of the younger workforce and that low carbon, sustainable aspect that a lot of our members are trying to pursue.
Yep.
How does that impact culture? How does that impact workforce? And then you guys came up right after.
Dovetailed it right in.
Yeah, I think it's good. I mean, there's obviously challenges in our industry, but there's also just ways you can look at it as opportunities. Yeah. So I think if you're a younger worker looking for a place to land, the future is bright.
And
natural gas, renewable natural gas, hydrogen.
There's a seat at the table, as James likes to say.
For sure.
Yeah.
I sat in on the safety culture panel this morning and listened to that. And again, just kind of dovetailed it right in. You know, Kelsey and I were talking about how having a solid culture makes it so much easier for those implementing safety culture, right? I mean, layering it on top. And so then going right into that panel was a great way to see the just totally safety culture side of it and how much that can be easier with a little bit of culture work.
Yeah,
Right?
no, absolutely.
Very cool. Well,
Yeah.
anything exciting? We got another day, about a day left. I mean, total, cumulative.
Yeah, this afternoon and tomorrow morning, and so I think we're excited because Thursday morning kind of can be a little less exciting, but we're having PHMSA actually come back. Another PHMSA staff person's coming back tomorrow to talk a little bit more about the grant program, and so if you're not thinking about whether you should stay or go, stay. Hear it out. We had a really jam-packed agenda this year, and all kudos to my colleague Erin Carilla. She does a great job with this event.
I've heard about it.
She does wonderful. She's running around like a mad person. Her and Sheila
she
are
harassed
both
me
running
all
around.
day yesterday for my PowerPoint. So she's done great. Y'all done awesome with this event. I was just telling somebody, this is you in the intro.
Yeah.
This is only my second time to an APGA event, and that being the last two fall ops conferences. And I just love the people. I love the folks here. I felt at home the minute I got here, and y'all are a big part of that. So I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Stuart.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Appreciate
And good
you.
show, and we'll see you next time, I guess. The next time you're on.
No, we'll see it before that.
All right.
I think we got some RNG stuff coming up in the future here.
Oh, special,
Teaser.
maybe.
Teaser.
I don't know. Do we have the scoop? All right. Hey, we'll be right back. Oh yeah.
Okay, Bryson Isbell is joining us. Please, Bryson, introduce yourself. I want to get an anxiety in a second. Please introduce yourself.
Oh, really? Oh, Bryson Esbell, Director of Business Solutions at Energy WorldNet.
Newly. No?
Huh?
Is it new?
What's new?
Your title?
No.
No.
A month or two.
That's
No,
not
a couple
true.
of
Yeah, it
about a
did.
year.
That's my
Okay,
bad.
that's true.
Sorry. This is internal rumblings.
Wow,
You don't need to
okay.
know about it.
Thanks.
We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
So what do you do here? Explain it.
So I manage our outside and inside sales teams, revenue operations, revenue architecture, looking at lagging and leading indicators for where we're headed.
Don't give them all the secrets.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Our competitors watch this.
Oh, right. Oh, geez.
No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
well, I mean, scratch everything I said. Traditional, old school.
Yeah, we
sales
knock on
handshakes,
doors.
Knock on doors. We have pamphlets.
Kiss babies. We shake hands.
Yeah, exactly.
We're really into it. No, we're just joking. We're joshing. It's been a cool conference. You've been at APGA before,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Not
It was my
necessarily
first
this one.
conference ever.
Oh,
Which
one?
I went with Myra, Chattanooga, 2018, end of the year.
Really?
very nice. Very
Okay.
nice. Fell in love with it then.
Oh, yeah.
Great
absolutely.
group.
Yep.
Great group. I always like coming. We have a lot of clients here. We've serviced a lot of these folks for a long time.
Yeah.
So it's always good to be here, shake hands and kiss babies in a way. But there's a lot of buzz this time. People are looking around. There's a lot of, potential clients as well,
Sure.
chatting it up as well. Am I wrong?
No, I think you're right. I think a lot of people are excited about what we're doing, the future of EWN with Tracer and, A to Z.
I like
I
that.
love
You
it.
just threw me a little line out there.
You like
What's
that?
this
I do.
Tracer thing?
Tracer? Well, if you haven't heard, it is asset management, enterprise asset management at the foundation. But really, when you think about it, when I say to people, it's tracking equipment. And then they look at me and I'm like, okay, think about the EWN platform. We track people with OQs. And then Tracer, the equipment. So when you have people on site doing, let's say, fusion or gas detection or whatever, how do you make sure that the people know what they're doing, knowledge, skills, and ability, and provable, as well as the equipment? So it's really very
Full
intricate
circle.
to the whole, and really, when you look at it, part of the SMS program.
Sure. Oh, absolutely. And something I think is really exciting about the whole thing is, the way that I like to pitch what we do is even more than OQ, even more than asset management, it's about efficiency and effectiveness, right?
Yeah.
So, if we're tracking these things on spreadsheets, documents, we're not tracking it at all. Well, we can put all that into one system, and then ultimately, what are you looking at? You're looking at 65% time savings. What are we talking about in cost? I mean, hundreds of thousands of
You will
dollars.
never know how much you're spending on that.
Millions.
We can take a stab at it.
Yeah.
But what I mean is, the real number of wasted
Well, they say,
energy,
when
right?
you're looking for a document, most employees take about 38 minutes to find like
One document.
One document. And so what is that, relative to their, their income, their salary, right?
Yeah.
And you break that down by the hour and you can come up with a figure pretty much per employee and, that's
Absolutely.
that's a big
And when
chunk of
when
money.
you have it at your fingertips, if you're out in the field and need to find a document for that worker and that piece of equipment and pull it up real time like that.
Yeah.
And that's qualification, certification, asset.
Yep.
you know,
Forms now, we just released our beta for forms, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot going on, lots
Yeah.
going on.
Dude.
Any sessions catch your eye? And this isn't a setup. If you say mine, then I'm not going to respond.
Well, I can't say yours.
You weren't there.
I was in the back eating beef jerky, actually. I had to step out.
You were
Allegedly.
45 minutes. What?
Who does that? Just of yabbering
Yeah.
about culture.
No, it was fantastic.
it was
I
good.
liked yours a lot. I liked. I'm looking forward to a couple that are coming up too. A couple on operator qualifications. Obviously, that's
Yep.
where we focus our attention.
Good safety culture panel was good this morning. A
It
lot
was.
of folks,
Yeah.
are really taking a look at that. For those that don't know, we are partners with the APGA on our safety culture assessment survey.
Yeah.
And so members of the APGA actually have access to that for free. Am I right?
That's right. So previously we were with, they were using SurveyMonkey, I believe. And so we moved over to the thing that we've ultimately developed in partnership with them. And so you can fill out this form and then it goes to our PSMS team. I'm doing a gym with my hands.
I like it. I
Welcome
like
to the
it.
show.
So we'll set you up, you get your whole dashboard, you get all the information, you get to see that high level information.
And how
about
much
your
is that
company.
again for an APGA
It
member?
is free.
Yeah, for sure. And a lot of people
it's
don't
great
know about
service and
it.
solution.
We were just talking about
Yeah.
it. Somebody on stage that was a part of the panel said, man, we really should think about doing a survey, and it's free. You remember. So
Yep.
talk to us.
Use the tools in place.
Absolutely. Because we understand budget-wise, that's a tough thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, and the big, thing to keep in mind, the dividing elements, I guess, between what we're doing with our safety culture survey and how we're helping APGA with theirs is, it's really at the company level. You have one or two people who are doing that, the safety culture survey for APGA, and then, the one that we help with, is per employee, and it's anonymous, and it helps you get that full holistic view of what's happening in your company.
very nice, very nice. Well, Bryson, thanks for coming on, brother.
Pleasure.
You're always doing good things. We're going to grab somebody else, and we'll be back. What a special moment this is.
Right now with
We've come
Colonel.
full circle now. Had him on, went and got on his, and then came right back to ours. We're running the circuit.
We've had coffee this morning. I mean, it seems like it's nonstop with
Colonel.
the Colonel.
John Olszewski, nice to see you, sir. It's always good to see your smile.
Well,
He's always smiling because he's chairman of the APGA.
That'll do it for
I'm a
you.
player.
Oh, whoa!
I don't even know what that means.
I don't even. I don't want to know.
You have to be to wear that shirt.
Well,
He's lucky.
Some people just ask me, "Are you feeling lucky?" And I went, "What the?" And it's
forgot.
the shirt. It's the shirt.
Oh, that makes sense. How are you, sir?
Good, good.
Things are going well?
Yeah, I think
You got anything going on this week?
we have a wonderful conference. And,
Fantastic conference.
The classes are great. Erin and her team have done a great job putting them together. Great
really have.
speakers. Not too many people are sleeping in there. Looks like they actually are
There was one
listening
guy
and learning.
asleep in mine.
Yeah.
You scan the room, and you can't help but check in on them just to make sure they're still asleep. Just the whole session.
So I don't know.
Which I'm cool with. Listen, I get it.
I
Sometimes
don't know
we
if
need
you've
a
ever
nap.
had this, because you do your public speaking, and I used to speak a lot as in the Army days, but every once in a while you'd be looking down and see somebody's either sleeping or they're not listening.
Yep.
And I have to fight off coming down and looking them right in the eye, and why am I, and so I had to back off from doing that, because why am I focusing on this one when the other 99 are listening?
Absolutely.
Yeah, right.
But it was funny yesterday because I kept, you would just do your scan and hit a point, and then there he was, and I was like, and I couldn't help but check in, but he did all right. He got a good nap.
So
it was me.
Which is good for the culture and the
Did they know
I
it was
know.
me in the front row?
Yeah,
that's it.
your whole culture thing, I would tell you, wouldn't have worked so well in the Army at times. I saw a general officer once who I love dearly, he was in Huntsville, a retired one-star. I'll never forget it. We were at call him a talking about readiness, Army readiness, how many tanks, Bradleys, blah, blah, blah. And this general, I don't mind saying his name, General Coker, because I love him. General Coker looked out and saw a warrant officer sleeping. And it was ugly.
Was it?
Oh, it was ugly.
It wasn't. It wasn't soft skills.
No, it was not soft skills.
Okay.
And it wasn't. Let me see if we can work this culture. It was, and he was gone. He was out of the room. If you're going to sleep in it, blah blah blah. So
listen, whoever you were yesterday, I'm glad you got a nap in because he didn't bother me a bit.
And I deserved it. Allegedly. It wasn't me.
So much good content. Thanks for having us on last night.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, we spent
Freedom to Fuel.
I think it felt like an hour, but
It was a long time.
it was
We were
40
chatting.
minutes.
no way.
Was it?
It was 40 minutes.
With us?
Yeah, it was 40. Because I'm telling you, between you and my other brothers, it was. I only did 2 last night.
Oh,
It
you
took an
mean
hour.
cumulative. I got you. I thought you meant 40 minutes with us.
No, it was 40 minutes with you.
No.
Yeah, and 40 minutes with
Long. That's called a long form podcast.
Wow.
We came home with an hour and a half one time. We didn't know what to do with it.
Which one?
We broke it into 3.
Oh, from being at a was a yeah.
I don't
Oh yeah.
remember. LGA?
Oh, LGA was off the
busy.
hook.
I'll tell you what you did to me yesterday that really made my day, to be honest with you.
Oh, I can't wait.
Was when you were doing your culture thing, I'm sitting there minding my own business, listening, doing what I do, and then all of a sudden my ugly mug comes up on the video, and you never know what hits. You're a training company, and somehow or another you maneuvered me in that podcast I did with you to talk about training. And I thought, holy crap! And then I look up there, and there I am. And that was a really good speed.
It was no,
You
but
just got
honestly,
marketed.
it was organic because that conversation when you were on the podcast, we for folks, so we usually have a pregame where we're going to hit maybe 2 or 3 subjects. But other than that, it's free flowing. It just goes where it goes.
I would like to say shout out to Kaylee Pryor, who had to listen to us for the whole episode to find those nuggets. So thank you, because I know that might be the toughest job there is. But we had a blast over there. I did want to say one thing.
Please.
Is you mentioned something yesterday about how the UPSCO guys said, and you said jokingly that y'all were chasing us.
We are.
But listen, the UPSCO guys, Connections for Life, they started right when we did.
Yep.
And we ran and continue, as far as I'm concerned, to run side by side because it's like a support group.
Oh yeah.
And I think we just gained some new members because after talking to Amanda and Todd and yourself, you get how sustainability-wise, there's a lot of work to it. It's fun when you're doing it.
Absolutely.
But behind the scenes, there's a great group that really keeps this thing running.
Absolutely.
Just like with anything. Right?
No, it was tremendous. It really is fun.
It is.
And get to talk to people. You had somebody here a minute ago. You have somebody in here later, and you just pop up, do your thing, and game on. And we talk about training is important to everything. And I worry about leadership training more than I do. We're very good at teaching the kid in the hole. We're very good at teaching 811 skill sets. We're very good at teaching that. But have we talked about soft leadership skills? Sometimes you need a soft leadership. Sometimes you need a punch in the nose leadership. Some people need to get their butt chewed. Some people get a butt chewed and then they go, oh, I don't ever want that to happen, and it ticks them off.
Yeah.
And they get better. And some people it hurts their feelings and they go in their hole. And you gotta figure all that out.
It's
Colonel, that goes
art.
back to what you said, I don't remember where, on some podcast somewhere in your career, that it's knowing your people, right? That not everyone, you said it at EWNCon, it's not about treating everyone equal. It's about knowing the people and how they should and need to be treated.
You know their kids.
Right?
You know where they go to school.
Yep.
You know the
You know, they had a bad night last night. You know, whatever it is that I don't want to say cater, but you're aware, right? You're situationally aware enough.
Essay.
That's our buzzword. We'll clue you in on that later.
Well, great event.
Great
work here.
As always.
Always,
Thanks for
brother.
having us on.
I am excited when I see you guys show up.
We're excited to always be together.
We'll see
great.
you at the podcast support group next week.
You got it, bro. Thank you.
Hey, we'll be back. Situation. We're back.
We are back.
Just like that.
I think what is that term about infiltration. Somebody from another podcast might be joining us right now.
They're trying to steal our trade secrets.
Then there are
See what
lots
they're
of them.
doing.
You guys got us roped into it, actually.
Well, okay, let's get
That's
into
what
that.
we were told. That's what
Yeah.
we were told. So tell us from the other side how that story really went down. That's what we want to hear. But first, Amanda from Huntsville,
Yep.
if you don't mind, introduce yourself. We act like everybody already knows you, please.
Yeah. So I'm Amanda Kemp from Huntsville Utilities, and I do visual media administrator.
What does that mean?
I take
You
pictures
administrate
and
media.
I do video. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Hence a podcast.
And hence a podcast.
So it's you're the competing. You're the reason we're competing.
Well, no. So Jono had this idea.
John
Thanks to you guys.
the Colonel, had on early.
And he was like, "This is what we're gonna do. When I become chair for APGA, I want to have a podcast." And then he left the room, and I
What's
was
that?
like,
Mic
and
drop
his job was done. And so then I had to figure out the gear,
does that
and
mean?
I was like, all right, I got to get the microphones, and then I've got to get the video.
That's why we connected so well. It was like when I told you, "Hey, we're going to start a podcast," and you were like, "Sweet," and then you left the room, and I had to do all
I'm
the
like,
work.
what's up? Well, I didn't know what a podcast was. Then he said Zoom.
Right.
I said, what is Zoom?
definitely don't like
this
Zoom.
is right at the beginning of the COVID.
Well, and then video podcast, not just the
Vlog.
audio.
You're right. I mean,
Right.
that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
That's what all the cool kids are doing.
Right.
So there's a little more lift to that. I saw y'all set up over there. We were joking about it, but
3 cameras.
We're learning.
You got to travel. You got to figure it out. But we've already kind of connected and said after this, we're gonna all get all of our groups together and chat about how you make this thing sustainable.
Yep.
Because we want that.
All
Yeah.
that.
We want that,
Because
yes.
we've learned a lot over 2.5 years, and we're an open book.
What's that?
Yeah.
We learn by our mistakes.
Yeah.
We can't make all the mistakes, right? So we have to rely on others
We made a few.
to show us.
Yeah.
So awesome. How's it been here at the APGA? First time at the APGA?
So I did get to go to one other conference.
Okay.
Which was
So the first one was, where were we?
Santa Fe?
No, it
Memphis,
was
Minneapolis.
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 There you
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
that's where I was.
Yeah.
So that was my I had never been to one. That was my feet in the water kind of event.
The
Yeah.
maiden voyage.
So and that's I had to shoot a few episodes there too.
Yep,
Which
we saw 'em.
So that was y'all's first
that was our
time
first. Yeah.
on the road doing that.
Yeah, so if you're on LinkedIn, you can check them out. Freedom to Fuel.
Yep.
And and you can
I'm
just
sure
see
they'll link it up in the
episode
comments.
1, episode 1. Yeah, I think we're up to episode 8.
That's awesome.
Hey, that's
Right.
fantastic. We'll send you our episode 1.
Oh my gosh, it is.
Remember?
It is the funniest
Oh,
thing.
I've got to see it.
Oh,
It's the
it's
greatest.
It's awful.
Actually, the first 2,
Terrible.
we'll send you links to them because the second one's even funnier when we had our first guest.
Yeah.
And
Jason Crow.
oh my gosh, it's the most cringy
I was the worst.
thing you've
I was
ever seen.
absolutely the worst.
At the end, I said something because we're in the pandemic, right? I pray that all of you are safe.
Right.
And I was just gonna say one thing, and then Jim does the same, and then our guest is like, so we're all just sitting there praying together.
Awesome. We
It
had a
is
moment.
fantastic. When
Yeah.
we hit 100 episodes, we did a look back, and that was some of the content we pulled, and then we would talk about it, and that one is gold. And Jimmy has like a 2-minute outro on it.
Oh,
Like and share and comment and
follow us on
subscribe and-
LinkedIn and do this, and if you click this button on your
Yeah.
LinkedIn browser, you
We
can
learn.
actually.
That's how we learn.
Oh yeah, did you tell him where the button was?
Oh,
in
it's
the bottom
terrible.
right hand. Okay, yeah.
Oh, and then I would read everything.
No,
with
we
a
weren't
script.
that good. We had a script.
Thank you for
y'all said
joining.
that. Y'all kind of went through some of that too.
Yeah, so
It's
we have
eye-opening.
another podcast that we do for Huntsville Utilities.
Right, right,
that
right.
Todd and I do, the HUTV.
Right.
And we've
that
done.
we're going to be on, right?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So
Y'all
we
are
started
clients.
it as live. Learn very quickly you don't go live.
Never.
Oh,
Not with John
Not-
Olszewski. No, I'm just kidding.
No, well, I mean, you
With
you-
anyone, it's hard.
Anybody, you get deer in the headlights, and so that was kind of awkward. And then so we said, okay, well, we won't go live anymore. Now we're going to go totally scripted. Try to script a lineman.
Hello.
Yeah.
My name is James.
no. My name is James.
Yeah,
you're reading along.
right? Yeah,
Yeah, it's hard.
yeah. Or the wait, what
Hold
is
on.
that? Yeah. Yeah.
It's a camera.
There you
Oh,
go.
now I know what we're doing.
Exactly.
I just love to see other people going down this path, and when we
Yeah.
can get together, we joked with the colonel, but just it's almost like a support group now
It is.
that we
It is.
have, and there's a group of us that just kind of communicate in this bubble
Yeah.
that understand it. And
Well, and don't the
that's pretty cool.
utilities need us?
The industry needs us. They
Yeah.
really do. I mean, that's the fuel, no pun intended here, but that fires us is that when we get one person says, that really helped, or I got something out of that, or I passed it on
Yeah.
to a friend, anything, whether it's the thought leadership, the 7 habits, or something about regulators, or something about C&G, or whatever the case may be,
Yeah.
that's the validation.
Podcast.
Yeah.
Just kidding. We're abundance mentality. We don't really, It's just
Exactly.
a running joke with the colonel. Right?
Right.
I'm gonna sit over
Yeah.
here a little bit more. No, I'm just kidding.
That's awesome. Well, hey, good to meet you.
Yes,
You're
nice to meet
really the invitation. Really,
Yeah.
we will come on and be on the show. We love being on the other side of the mic. Y'all just say the word.
I love it. All right.
All
Well,
right.
thank you.
Hey, we'll be back.
Okay.
These people running by.
Look at this.
Todd
Look at
understands. Todd's a
Yeah.
professional. We
Well,
want a little
not
action
bad, but-
going on back there.
Todd Short? No.
No,
Todd
long.
with.
Huntsville Utilities.
I'll work that out.
It took a long
Y'all
time.
workshop that all
It took
week?
a long time to do
I thought
that.
y'all were professionals. How you doing, Todd?
Doing good. How you
Been
doing?
nice to meet you in person.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed your work. We're on quite the Huntsville run right now, aren't we?
We are on a huge Huntsville run right now, and I got to
Well,
meet Todd. I
represented.
walked up to Todd Monday
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 night,
night, just out of the blue. I saw him out of the corner of my eye, and I said, "Who's Todd Long?" So I go up to him, and he kind of looks at me like, "Okay, who's this weird guy
Well,
standing next to me?"
In my defense, the guy who was pouring the drinks was being very generous.
Oh.
Allegedly.
That's what happened to me
Yeah,
yesterday.
and I was like, ugh. So.
I think I got overserved. And I got one spilled on me too.
Yeah, that you
I
did
walked
last
out
night.
of my speaking spot yesterday. Just on a high, I got out there, walked around, turned into a guy, just a whole drink. I swear, that's why I smell like
And,
gin.
and you got one little cocktail napkin to try to dry
He
off.
goes, here you go. I don't know who it was. I wasn't mad at it. It was just funny. It was
Yeah.
just, Todd, how's it going?
It's going well. It's going very well. It's been a really good conference.
Been a busy week with the podcast. Y'all been recording? How many of y'all get in the can this
Oh
week?
gosh, we did at least 5 on Monday night,
Yep.
and then
Yep.
we did 2 last night with one with you guys.
content.
So that was
Content.
we appreciated
They're
that a
long.
lot.
And those were long ones
Yeah, I
too.
think
They
we
were
did
Much longer than what we
78
usually
minutes
do,
last
but-
night. No, it felt long. They were waving us off. They were playing the music.
well, the lights
Oh
were
yeah,
going
they were
off.
trying. Yeah, they wanted to. The staff wanted to
Shut
put the
us
chairs
down.
away, but no.
No, we kept running. It's hard to get Colonel Olszewski to be quiet. No, I'm
well-
just kidding.
Well, allegedly. But remember, we always use the term allegedly. That's
Right.
But Todd, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Yesterday, at the beginning of the podcast, you went into this TV voice that was like, my head
You
snapped.
got to do it for us.
Yeah,
Could you do us
please.
a quick intro of Coffee with Jim and James?
Okay, welcome to Coffee with Jim and James, brought to you by Energy World Net.
It gives me I get the
You
shiver.
better
You
watch
know-
out, Troy Hudson. We got
My wife accuses me. We'll go to restaurants, and the waitress will come up and she'll say, "Hi, I'm would you like to hear about the special?" I'm like, "Yeah, let me hear what you got." And she says I'm flirting with waitresses, but I don't. I just do it out of habit. And my dad was a minister,
Okay.
35 years, and that was the thing. He stressed to both my brother, I have an older brother, and myself that you speak clearly, you use proper grammar,
Yeah.
because that's how he made his living. And it's people always say, "Well, did you ever think about following in his footsteps?" And I tell them, "Well, I kind of did, because he was like, kind of like in The Godfather when Tom Hagen says, I have a very special practice. I have one client."
Yeah.
My dad was a PR guy who had one really powerful client. Yeah.
The most powerful.
Right. And so I've been in television and radio and marketing for all my career. My older brother, who lives outside of DC, is a writer, and he teaches public relations at Georgetown. And so we did, and my oldest son is about to graduate from the same college I went to, Southeast Missouri State in Cape Girardeau, with the same degree that I walked out of there with.
really?
So he'll be graduating next year. So
it's carrying on the family business.
Is there an opening at Huntsville for him to come in?
I
Because
hope there's an opening somewhere. I got to get him off my
Wherever we
payroll
got him.
because
Maybe at Energy World now.
his younger brother started
Always
college this
recruiting.
year.
Yeah.
And his younger sister, who turned 16 today, will be starting college pretty soon. So there's like a 12. I did the math because I'm not that's why I studied communications, because there was no math requirement.
Yep.
There's like a 12-year span where I have at least one child in college.
Yeah.
So yeah, as soon as I can get them on somebody else's payroll, that's what I want. Yeah.
Love it. Todd, y'all been doing great things over there. We've been watching the podcast.
Freedom to Fuel.
We
Yep.
love seeing it come together. I know that y'all put a lot of work in there, and the whole team.
I
does
appreciate
behind
that.
the scenes.
And when John came to me and said, I really want to do this, and he said why he wanted to do it. I've only been working in the utility space for a little over 5 years now.
Same.
But it's been an incredible learning experience for me, because you just don't, unless you're in this world, you don't understand what it takes. We all take flipping the light switch, turning the water on, and the heat. We just take it, well, when we flip the switch, it's supposed to be there. And you just don't understand what it takes to do that. And all the wrangling that goes on at like the legislative level. And so many people who want to have a say in how you heat your home, which strikes me as being a guy who grew up in the Midwest. You're not going to tell me how to heat my house. This is my house. I want to heat it with, starting a fire in the living room. That's what I'm going to do. And I wouldn't.
I want a
But
bird in the kitchen table. I can't.
that's why my insurance is so high, I guess. But that's why I go through houses so
Different
quickly.
episode.
But yeah, that's just, we should have this freedom to choose what, how we want to run our lives. And, it's not just, we focus on it in the energy sector, but, that's just,
Yeah.
and if you don't want to use natural gas, don't use natural gas.
That's freedom.
It's their choice to do so,
It
right?
should be your freedom to
Tell
run your
your
house the way
story.
you want.
Right.
And we got into a little bit yesterday. I'll just recap that. When I lived in Minnesota for 20 years, we relied on a natural gas furnace for our survival.
Right.
As with pretty much everybody that I knew up there had the same. Now, I have friends in Arizona, and now I live in Florida. We rely on electricity.
Right.
We need AC. We need desiccant. We need to take moisture out of the house.
And-
need those items.
And the thing that's a little frightening is one of my colleagues here who's from Minnesota said that the local electric utility where she lives is now running an incentive saying, hey, you pull the natural gas out of your house, switch to this electric heat pump, and we'll give you a little bit of a rebate. That rebate is not going to come anywhere close to covering your heating costs when those Minnesota winters hit.
Oh, yeah.
And it's terribly misleading for them to be doing that.
For sure.
Oh.
Well, we are wrapping up here at APGA, but I've got a very important question.
Do it.
You're the first one I'm going to ask.
Okay.
You ready for
I'm
this?
ready.
What color Starburst do you pick,
I would pick the red one.
and why?
Because the yellow ones to me are a little too sour and the pink ones aren't strong enough flavored.
Orange is garbage.
Orange just doesn't appeal to me, but I would go with the red.
Jimmy, there was never a doubt you would choose red.
Red.
That
I
was
need
the
it
side.
strong. I need it,
Hey, that's what I wanted to hear. That's fair. Okay. Well, that's all the hard hitting questions we have.
Can I give a real quick shout
Do
out?
it.
You guys have talked about freedom to fuel, and we appreciate that. And you guys are the reason we're doing freedom to fuel for a lot of reasons, and we appreciate
we're
that.
proud to help.
Well, we need all the help we can get. But there's another show, and you guys had
That's
Amanda
right.
on here
Oh,
earlier.
yeah.
Amanda and I have a show called HUTV, Huntsville Utilities Television, that we try to do weekly. We don't always succeed because we have other things to do. But we've been doing that we're in our third season of that. And it's basically our attempt to kind of pull back the curtain and show people, like, this is what it takes to give you your utilities. And, if because I monitor all the social media for Huntsville Utilities, and we might see a lot of the same question coming in. And so we'll start answering those questions. We answer direct questions from the viewers, and what I like to refer to as we sandwich the whole thing in silliness.
Okay.
So we do silly stuff. I handle the silly stuff. Amanda handles the serious stuff, and then I put some more silly stuff on the end. It's won an award, and we're really proud of it.
An award-winning show, HUTV. Where do we find
You
it?
can find it on the Huntsville Utilities YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and type in Huntsville Utilities.
Okay.
We post that. You can see all the episodes there. We also, whenever a new episode comes out, we'll put it on Facebook. We'll put a link on LinkedIn, Instagram. Where else are we on? Twitter. We're probably on other things that I don't remember. But just follow us on all those, and because, like I said, I got 3 kids. I'm trying to get through college, and I can use all the help I can get.
Let's help them. Let's help HUTV.
And I've caught a couple of episodes before. That's
Thank
how
you
I
very
feel.
much, guys. It's been,
Hey,
it's
y'all
been a
have
lot
a
of
good
fun week hanging out with you guys.
really
Oh,
is.
yeah. We're not
We
done
got a lot
yet.
of work to
No,
do.
we still got a day to go.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, we'll be right back. We're back. Just
Once
like
again.
that. One of our good friends, Mr. Ben Warren from Citizens. Ben, welcome to the show.
Always, my friend.
We've been stalking you silently. We're just hoping you would join the podcast.
Listen to you.
And
We
he-
have been
he threw us-
stalking him.
I'm telling you, and he threw us a bone. Here he is.
You know what he said? He goes, I can squeeze you in my schedule.
After my meeting
Listen to him.
this afternoon.
It's not a squeeze in. It's an honor and a privilege to jump on here with you all.
It is. We've been friends for a long time, and it's great to have you on. Because I don't think you've been on yet, have you?
I don't think so. I did a brief one at one of the conferences at
That's what I
AGA.
thought. Yeah,
Maybe it was
the
a brief-
original one, right?
it was
When we had
early
the-
on.
The black and pink background at AGA.
I think it
that
might have
big
been.
one?
I think it might have been.
Oh.
I
In
think we were-
Orlando.
I was going to say, I think it was in Florida.
Okay.
That's what I was gonna
Yep,
say. That was
it's
a
coming
long
back.
time ago.
Yes, it's been a minute.
That was the first live event we ever did, and
Ever.
we're a lot better now.
Right.
I wouldn't
don't wanna-
say that.
I don't want to beat that drum too long, but let's
But
lean
you were
into
so great
that.
to begin with. So, I mean, you just keep moving up,
No,
right?
what's
The bar.
funny is the hodgepodge, and I talked about it in my session yesterday, but the hodgepodge behind the scenes of how that booth came to be, and if you knew all the failures behind it, you never saw it, never knew it. But man, we threw some of that together.
Are you
And
talking
it
about the
worked.
one at Orlando we had
Yeah,
problems?
I'm just saying. Yeah, right.
See, I didn't even know, but I didn't participate. Well, I was there. I didn't participate in the
The
building.
amount of hours that went into bringing that content back. I mean, our team is just incredible.
Oh, I know what you're
And just-
saying. Yeah.
We pulled it off, but
Yeah.
that's one of those. There's no pictures on the scorecard thing.
Well, I was
I'm
gonna say,
glad
it's-
everybody's like, I thought it was great.
It's what you shared yesterday. Those aren't failures. Those are successes in progress.
For sure.
And I kind of smile about that right there. But I mean, in all seriousness, I think it's noted what you shared yesterday, and that is when we allow fear to take over, it inhibits us from any kind of progress.
Yeah.
And so, to your point,
Gotta keep moving.
we got to keep moving.
Yeah.
And when
Sometimes
if that
that's not
curtain
very
falls down-
pretty.
It's not. It's not. We
But-
fall down. We get skinned up, and we stand up,
It's dragging yourself through it,
and we
right?
move through. So yeah.
We're at APGA, great association.
Wonderful.
How's the event been for you?
It has been superb. I just want to give a shout out to APGA, their staff, and
That's a
the
good folks.
coordination efforts that they've done this week to align not just industry colleagues, but state and federal regulators.
Yes.
Speaks to that and
Yeah.
the conversations that are occurring. And then included with that is everything on the whole contractor partnership scale that's going on. It's conversations from everything that's underground to above ground to how do we work
RNG
together?
yeah.
How do we work together to accomplish some of these common goals that are going on? And APGA's coordination of that is significant. It's a lot of work they put into it, but I think we're all reaping some of the fruits of that.
I think we all are, absolutely. And the buzz around the hall is the same type of thing.
Right.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I like the amount of sharing going on
Yeah.
here. So we were live at Louisiana Gas Association conference. What, in June, July?
Yeah, that was
This happened. The Pipeline
yeah,
Safety Conference.
July. Yep.
Yeah.
And that I kind of saw it there too.
Okay.
And so I hope it's a trend, and if it's not, we should trend it. So associations, if you're listening, right, we want to see regulators and everybody in rooms talking, sharing. That fills my cup when I see it happening within our industry.
I would agree, and it really, we're seeing it here. Some of the discussions and such presentations with the regulators have been packed right to the wall.
I've loved the panels too.
Oh, absolutely. To where you get a group effort and a conversation piece of that, because the collective ideas of many is what gets us to the best result.
Yeah, the safety culture one this morning was fantastic. I
Right.
mean, I'm a culture nerd, but I was on the front row.
We all got to be a nerd about something,
Yeah,
right?
I like
It's
it.
good.
I just love it. It's one of the things within the industry that it makes sense for me. It's just a no-brainer. And so I love seeing other people's perspective, and especially folks that have it implemented and are doing safety culture assessments and
Right.
things like that, that I can listen to their stories and go, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well,
Continual
culture is critical.
improvement.
It's critical to survival, just like you were sharing the other day. So.
Survival, growth.
Right. Yeah,
all
that's
the-
right. Not just survival. That's right. Growth and opportunity.
Yeah.
Ben, Awesome.
Thank you for joining us.
We're going to have you on just to chat for
we
a
should-
full episode.
You know, we should do that sometime and really dive in deep into citizens and everything that they have going on, because it is
The relationship we've had and worked closely together is good
yeah,
stuff.
absolutely unbelievable.
Be glad to do that.
Pleasure.
Good
Thanks,
to
guys.
see you.
Take care.
Hey, we'll be right back.
Bye.
We are back.
We are.
James,
It's like that.
our day would not be complete without a visit.
I was going to say, last time we were on, we're already laughing because earlier I was like talking to Nick and turn your name tag over. Remember the old conversation we had last time we were with Nick?
Which one?
About that he's not with
which
Versive?
Oh yeah.
We won't bring anything up. But
Every
it's
time
the-
it says Versive, he's like, "Well, I'm actually
See, we're
corporate
not the
Arterra."
only one that made that mistake. So welcome to the show. What an intro.
Yeah.
Good to be back.
As we giggled through it.
Trifecta.
Nick Piro, right?
Correct.
You know, at the first I called you Pero, and you let me.
I've been called
Piro.
worse.
Piro.
But last time I remember it was Piro, like
Piro.
a Piro.
Good to see you, brother. You
what I
doing
made
all
up-
right?
That's what I made up to remember.
Absolutely.
What's new at Arterra? What is new with Versive? What is new with ESG? I want to know
And
about
I saw
RNG.
you were just in Indiana building houses.
Absolutely.
You
Yes.
social media
I
king.
missed it. What was it, like Habitat for Humanity?
Yeah.
Tell us
Yes.
about it. Tell us about it.
What
Yeah,
happened?
we had a great opportunity out there with the Miller Pipeline team.
Good people.
Habitat for Humanity, 2 days of
Shout out.
siding, of roofing, not so much roofing, but soffits, but really cool opportunity. We're excited to, the ESG, my role is a lot of E, right? A lot of the environmental
Yeah.
focus. It's really nice to get into that social
And,
piece of it.
You said that last time when we were on. You said how that part was so important.
Yeah,
It's nice
yeah.
to get your hands on it.
Absolutely. I think all my bruises and my scrapes are gone because
How's Laura doing? Were y'all side by side up there?
I think her back
she-
still might be a little sore, but
Yeah. Mrs. Morrow was there. Huh?
yeah, we had a great showing for the.
How many days were you on site building?
We're on site 2 days.
That's not bad.
Very
Okay.
nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Good show so far here at APGA.
Yeah, absolutely,
A
great
lot
show.
of good traffic. A lot of good folks.
Definitely,
We were here last year.
we were in Memphis, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think was that when we met, or did we meet before that? I may have been there.
could have been.
After my talk, we chatted
Wait a minute.
about
No,
stay interviews.
Wait, wasn't that after AGA?
Oh, right.
We got to know each other at AGA. That's really when we got to know each
last
other.
year?
Man, I'm not gonna lie, I struggle with what I did about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, no. AGA
it was
in
AGA.
Orlando,
I think it was
because
Orlando.
then we joined the party that Arterra threw for bringing Versive on.
That's right. But
And we were-
but we really got to know each other.
Sure,
at
over the time.
Next few events,
Yeah.
then EWNCon.
Yep.
All of them.
I would say Nick and the whole team are very good friends of ours.
Absolutely.
Don't look at me like that.
Getting there. We're getting there.
Getting there,
We're
getting
getting
closer.
Did you see him? He
I'm
gave
just kidding.
the.
I'm kidding. Nick's close enough that we can joke. We've spent plenty
Literally,
of
we're
time
close
together.
enough, and we're
We are.
knee-to-knee
We're
here.
knee to knee. That's where Brene Brown says all the good things happen knee to knee. All the tough conversations should happen knee to knee, and all the good ones.
This is a good conversation. That's all I'm going to say with
I
that.
love it. I love it. Any good sessions that you were on
Yeah.
the panel for RNG, weren't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Tell us about that. Give us a little glimpse
Give
of
us the
RNG.
flyover,
The flyover.
the highlights.
RNG market's complicated, and we're learning as we go.
Which is
PC
answer.
It's RNG is really coming around and really becoming more and more of an important topic for our utility customers.
Very
So
important.
we're digging in deep here and seeing how we can help and really trying to just educate ourselves in the industry.
Well attended.
Very well attended.
We didn't catch it, Jimmy.
You guys are
We
too
were
busy to check
recording.
it out.
We were
huh?
recording during that time,
We were.
and I apologize.
But we got to catch up afterwards, or at some point we were out here in the hallway talking about RNG. We just started to geek out a little bit because in my past, we used to pull gas off a landfill and deliver it to the grid. And then I went back to my Minnesota days where corn packing plants have so much husk that is built up that this was 15, 18 years ago, wanted to sell the methane that was being emitted from that.
from
back from decaying, from
decomposing.
Yeah. And when we're talking about husk, we're not talking about
It's
a
a
little
major
bit.
compost
We're talking
pile
about
right
football
there.
fields size-wise of husk. So there's a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really cool to think about, using a product that's normally flared or just vented right
Yep.
now, that 25/28 to 1 CO2e equivalent, and putting it back in the pipe and using it,
I have
right?
no clue what you just said. Y'all do that all the time. Y'all just
We
pull
try
this
to.
stuff out, sound really smart.
I just make it all up.
But y'all have the background, right? I'm just trying to get there. I'm building my background. I'll use that next time, whatever you said. What did you say?
So methane, when vented to the atmosphere, is 25, 28, depends on which your resource is that you get it
25,
from.
28 what?
Has a 25, 28 times higher global warming potential
Gotcha.
than if you burn it, than
When it's
CO2.
vented.
Yep. So
Got it.
again,
See?
that's reversive,
I'm gonna
right?
use that. We've
25
heard
to
about
1,
that.
right?
Absolutely.
It's there. Let's grab it. Let's start using it. It's there. It's not. We don't have to do anything. We just have to capture it. So
Absolutely.
Man, you turned this into a commercial. Like a professional. Laura's going to be so proud of you. So proud.
Brownie
We
points.
just
for Laura.
need Danny to take a picture of us while we're on here so that we can share it. She'll be so proud of us. Good to see you, brother.
Absolutely.
always, brother.
Always good to
Always.
see
Let's
you at the
geek out
next
on
one.
RNG some more.
Hey, we'll be right back. Jimbo, Jim. We have made it to the end, my friend. Like it or not, it's the truth. Bittersweet.
It is bittersweet. I always hate leaving conferences. It's very, I almost say it's depressing for me, but it's a bummer because
Bittersweet is perfect.
Yeah, bittersweet is good because it's wonderful being here. Got to get back in the swing of things.
It's not a
with the
bad
real life.
ending. Nothing bad happened.
Oh no.
No. That's
Yeah.
bittersweet.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
It's
it's-
perfect. You,
I mean, talking to nonstop people all the time, it's just energizing. And then when you think that it's
and
over,
it's exhausting at the same
Oh,
time.
it is.
It's funny, right?
Oh, it is.
Like it fills your cup and depletes it almost in the same breath.
yeah,
It's great to end on someone like Ted, where
Yeah.
we just talk absolutely nothing.
that was crazy.
on the conference. But
Colonel pops in, Joe pops in.
I mean, who
we start talking
cares,
about
right?
fantasy football. I'm like, I
But-
learned something.
But that's who we are, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Well-
part of the best part here is catching up with people.
We're giving the audience a glimpse of actually what happens when you
That's
just have
exactly right.
you have organic conversations, and as you said, then it leads into what do you do as a business? What's your model? What are your solutions? What do you do? And then the conversations really flow.
Kelsey Klingler killed it yesterday. Very proud of her. Very proud of being able to speak. I tell you, last night I went to my hotel room, and you were there.
I wasn't at your hotel room
Yeah, no, you were there yesterday at our speaking
at your presentation.
Yeah. And we had one video out of the whole thing.
Yep.
That didn't play because of whatever
Little
reason.
technical
Doesn't really
snafu.
matter.
Yep.
Doesn't matter. Oh, drop in topic.
Drop-in topic.
What is it? Don't make it.
Let's do winner of the World Series this year.
Who's in there?
Go.
The Braves and the Yankees.
I know the Yankees are in there. The Astros are in there.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with.
I got to go with the Stros because that's my hometown,
Yeah.
Houston, or
and
one
I'm
of my
gonna go
hometowns.
with the Yankees because that one dude hits home runs.
Oh, yeah,
and I think
yeah.
it's
Hit
cool.
like 63.
Aaron
Yeah.
Judge.
Yeah.
All right. What were we saying?
We were talking about the presentation yesterday, and you had a little bit of a glitch.
Yeah, we had a little bit of an issue with the video, and so of course, being the critics that we are of ourselves sometimes, right? What do? I go right back to just got to iron that out, got to fix it. What's going on? Not the other 98% of
That
this
was-
presentation that was great
And
not-
perfect and
not
flawless.
Even, not even also to mention how great Kelsey did, right? And so I get home and I realize I'm just kind of sitting in it, right?
Yeah.
Depressed like we do, and then I go for 2 years in a row. I told you this morning. 2 years in a row, I've got to address the general session at APGA at this conference.
Yeah.
And by invite,
Yeah.
practically. And I was like, that's a pretty good deal.
That's.
I'm not that.
It's not. It's
I'm
not a good
that
deal.
upset.
It's wonderful. It's
Very
validation that people are needing, wanting, desiring, hearing your message. You're passionate about culture. You're passionate about
We talk
people.
culture
I
this
mean,
week, all week.
but you just don't talk it. You live it. that's what makes you who you are, James. And I
appreciate it.
look up to you all the time in regards to that, because you are absolutely a
Lots of
role model.
Oh, that's really sweet.
You are.
Lots of really awesome conversations with companies this week that are going through some things, and questioning, where they're headed, and I don't know. I think the message landed with some folks that maybe were searching. That's all we can hope for sure. Hey, we always talk about touching, being able to affect someone's life, positively any chance we get, right?
Right?
I'm up there speaking and said, did anybody get anything from last year? And 2 people raised their hands, and I thought, hey, we doubled our quota.
Because
in
what
that
we say,
moment,
one
right?
person, if we affect one person in a positive way, we've done our role, done our
Absolutely.
job. So,
Hey, it was great to bring the show to APGA.
It was
Great to
fantastic.
be in Savannah.
yeah.
And
Like I said, it's bittersweet having to sign off. I wish we were going for 3 more days.
Yeah.
But
Glad everybody's getting a peek in. Hope we were able to do it justice. We'll be live back in December, hopefully.
I think
at
we're
the
going to
Alabama Pipeline Safety
Conference.
with
Yes.
our friends out there have invited us to actually speak on thought leadership.
We're-
Practically keynoting it.
We're the first presentation of the conference, or that right after the keynote.
Do
We
they
are.
know us?
Randall Hand knows. Well, I'm
Randall.
surprised. I mean, Randall. No, he knows us, so
No,
that's
for
why
sure.
it's going to be great.
All right. Hey, everybody, we're going to sign off. Thanks again. Thanks for checking in on us. Hopefully we did this thing justice. Jimmy, it was good to see you.
Always, brother. Are you kidding, man?
All right, man.
All right.
Be back. Oh, we won't be back.
No. We will see.
That's sad.
We will see you out there on the waves.
Next time. Bye-bye, everybody.
See you.